Assalamualaikum and a very good day. I would like to introduce our project entitled Smart Public Transport System. As we know, traditional public transport face issues about delay, inflexible schedule, long waiting time, and limited digital access. In this project, we propose a smart system that uses real-time GPS data, predictive model, and IoT of technology. SPTS offers a mobile application and web platform for passengers to track vehicles, plan their journey, and purchase digital tickets. We aim to enhance commuter satisfaction, improve operational management, and support more sustainable public transport system.
Hello everyone, my name is Izatu Sarfina, and right now I will briefly explain about our use case for our smart public transport system. Our system serves three case users, which are passenger, operator, and also staff. Passenger will manage login, manage trip, manage schedule, real-time arrival, monitor vehicles, payment, fee process, and also feedback performance. While operator, they will manage login, manage trip, manage schedule, real-time arrival, monitor vehicles. And lastly, our staff will manage payment fee process, manage sales reports, and also feedback performance. That's all for use case diagram.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Shazwa Batrisha binti Shamsuddin with metric number CB24097. I will explain the context diagram for our public transport system. At the center of the diagram is the public transport system, which interact with three main external entities, which is passengers, staff, and operators. Passenger interact with the system to log in, check trip schedule, book tickets, make payment, receive invoice and receipt, and submit inquiries or review. And then for the staff use the system to manage trip schedule and staff details, log in and log out, generate sales report, and respond to passenger inquiries. Lastly, operators are responsible for updating vehicles and arrival status, managing trip schedule, and providing real-time vehicle information back to the system. All this interaction shows how the public transport system connect users, staff, and operator in smooth and organized flow information.
In the basic flow for real-time arrival, users must log in into the account. After that, they select their own station or route from the available list. The system will then retrieve the real-time status of vehicle. Once the status is obtained, the system calculates the ETA for that particular route. Then this ETA will display to the user. In the alternative flow, passenger may decide to change their selected station or route after making initial selection. Firstly, when the passenger select a new station or route from the inquiry, the system will then reload the form and send a new request for the vehicle current status. After receive the latest data, an update ETA will be displayed on the screen based on the new selection. For the assertion flow, a passenger select a station or route, but due to the system issue or unavailable data, the system cannot display the ETA. When this occurs, an error message will be appear on the screen stating arrival information currently available. At the same time, the system will offer two options to the passenger. The first option is retry to reload data, and the second option is to select another route and station.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Abdul Aslah Aziz bin Shahabuddin, metric number CB24092. Today, I will brief about sequence diagram, which is about payment fee process and feedback process. Here, I will show you the basic flow diagram for the payment fee process. Here, the system, the users start entering their destination and selecting the ticket. And so the system will calculate the fare and prompt the user for the payment information. Once the payment made, the system generate a receipt and confirm the ticket. After that, we go to the alternative flow diagram for the payment fee process. Now, this occurs when the user decide to change their ticket type or destination before completing the system. The system allows the user to reselect the option and update the fare accordingly before moving forward the payment and confirmation. And then we go to the exception flow diagram. In exception flow, the process is described. For example, if the payment failed due to the invalid or network error, so the system will immediately notify the user of the failure. And the user is given the option to retry payment and cancel the transaction here. After that, we move into the basic flow diagram for the feedback. In the feedback, after using the system, the user can submit the feedback through a form. The system then store the feedback and then acknowledge the submission. After that, we go to the alternative flow feedback. In here, the user might choose to edit the feedback before the submission, and the system will accept the new one of the feedback. And then we go to the exception flow diagram here. In exception flow, the form is incomplete or the submission is error. So the system will alert the user to wait for the correction before proceeding.
Present about sequence diagram for managed schedule process. So the process begins when the user log into the system and requests to view available schedule date. The user interface sends this request to the schedule controller, and then once received, the dates are displayed in a calendar view for user. The user then need to select preferred date, which is sent back through the interface and controller to check for the availability. If the date is available, the system confirm the booking. If any adjustment needed, request is sent to the operator, and then the operator confirm new schedule, and this update is sent to staff for final approval. And for the alternative flow, if user wants to edit date and wants to select a new date, the new date selection sent to the controller, which is need to recheck the new availability for with the schedule record. If the new date is available, the system proceed to confirm the update booking. And for the exception flow, if the user reselect that is unavailable, the same process repeat, and then the system send error message through the controller and interface notify the user again, which is the user need to reselect the new date. Now I will present about sequence diagram for monitoring vehicles. So first, the process will start with user to send a request to monitor a vehicles. So this is basic flow diagram for monitor vehicles process. After that, the system, after they send request to monitor vehicles, the system interface will then ask the vehicle tracking controller to get a vehicle's real-time status. The tracking controller checks with the vehicle status record and get the latest status and send it back to the system. And then for the alternative flow, if everything is okay, the status will be shown to the user. But sometimes the system need an operator to manually check the vehicle. This part is shown in the box called manual status update. This is for alternative flow 1. And then operator update the vehicle condition, the system save it and show the latest info to the user. And for the exception flow for this monitor vehicles process, if something happens wrong, where the system try to get the status, the vehicle status record give an error saying that the status is not available. The system will then show an error message to the user, and the user will try to tracking request.
So, basic flow diagram for managed sales report. Firstly, staff will log in to the interface. After the authentic success, the staff will select manage sales report. After select manage sales report, the interface will initiate report process to the controller, and then controller will collect payment data from the sales report record, and then generate sales summary and update sales summary. After that, the sales report record will confirm the update, and then the report is ready. And then for the first alternative flow, which is partial payment data retrieve, so the self-report record return partial payment data to the controller, and then controller will generate partial sales summary, and then the interface will prompt some transaction from today are missing, generate partial report, and then the staff can wait or retry. Then export available data with bottom up. After that, the controller will update partial self summary. For the first exception flow, which is passenger can change travel or time, the passenger will update trip detail by change travel date or time, and then the system will send the update trip to the controller, and then the controller will check the availability. After the controller check the availability, the system will display new trip and price, and then the confirm change is record to the managed trip record.
User interface. Manage login interface is the first screen the user will interact when access the system. The top we have the Smart Public Transport title to clearly indicate the system purpose. Below, user will find input field for username and password. There's a login button to proceed into the system. At the bottom, we provide quick link for forgot password and register, make it easy for new user, although facing login issue. And this is coding. Next, we move to real-time arrival interface. This interface allows passengers to check the latest estimate arrival time for their transport. At the top, we have an alert banner to inform user of any important notice like delay caused by the weather or traffic. The form shows to read only field displaying on origin and destination location, for example, Kuala Lumpur to Shah Alam. Below, there's a check arrival button where passenger can request the latest ETA. The system will display the estimate arrival time and current status, such as on the way. There's also a back login button link for easy navigation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abdul Aslah Haziq bin Shahabuddin. Matric number CV24092. Today, I'm going to present about my user interface, which is for process 6.0 payment fee process. So here, as you can see, the interface have many columns here, such as here is full name, phone number, email address. Also, the user can select a route, ticket type, and payment method here. So to buy a ticket here, firstly, they need to enter their name, and then complete it, they need to enter their phone number and the email address. So they need to choose the route that they want for the ticket. Also, they can choose the type here, and to complete the payment here, they can choose whether they want to pay using credit card or online banking or Touch 'n Go or e-wallet. The layout is clean and user-friendly, developed using HTML and CSS. We fill for card information and submit button to complete the payment. The CSS styling ensure that the form is visually organized with clear font, spacing, and button that guide user interaction. We prioritize accessibility and simplicity to make sure user can pay quickly without confusion. Then we go to the next process here, which is can go to the user interface for the process feedback format. And here, if the customer want to give a feedback for our smart public transport system, they can comment here. First, they need to enter their name and also the email address for us for the system. And then they can also give the rating here, which is from 1 to 5 for our system. And they can comment here and give our feedback that we can improve in the future. Also, this is using HTML and CSS code to complete this system. This is because we want to make sure our customer can using our system easily.
Assalamualaikum everyone. Now I will present about IU design for managed schedule. So firstly, the interface will greet the users, and then this interface clearly show color code calendar with greens mean availables, red mean unavailables, and blue means selected date. And also user can also switch months by click the previous and next. So the user can confirm the trip date, and then when user want to select new date, user can simply click edit date. Next, this is for monitor vehicles IU designs. The user need to enter correct vehicle's ID or road number, and then if user enter the correct, the interface will show vehicles information, vehicles ID, roads, car's location, speed, estimate arrivals, and also the status of the vehicles. If the user show wrong, then the user need to try again to enter the correct vehicle's ID or road number. And then this is also under the same monitor vehicles process, which is this is for the operator control panel, and this interface provide the select vehicles, provide selected status, and also operator can add additional notes to show the user the current vehicle status, like traffic congestion on a main street or scheduled maintenance checks. So this is all the IU design.
Next, for user interface design manage sales report, firstly, the staff can select the date range from the start date to the end of the date. After that, the staff can click on generate report. After the staff click on generate report, the system will automatically display the sales summary. However, if the staff want to edit the data, the staff can click on edit data and edit the data manually. After staff satisfied with the sales summary, the staff can click on generate final report. After generate final report, the system will display the final sales report. The system also display the period and the time that the staff generate the report. If the report success, then the system will display report generate successfully. Next, for user interface design manage trip, firstly, the system will allow passenger to select browse available trips or my current trips. If the passenger select browse available trips, then the system will require the passenger to select transport type, departure city, and arrival city. The system also display if the transport only have one seat remaining or the transport is no longer available. However, if the passenger select my current trips, then the system will display the passenger current trips. And then if the passenger want to update trip, then the passenger can click on update trip, and then the system will display the new departure city and arrival city. After that, the passenger can save change.